Hello dear friends of class 11th, welcome to all of you in the fresh new lecture of unit and dimension. In our earlier classes, we have learned about the dimensional analysis and its applications. Just recall in your mind, there were three main applications of dimensional analysis. First application was to convert a system of unit to another one. Second application was to check out the dimensional consistency of a given physical equation or relation. These two applications were based on the principle of homogeneity of dimensions. What was the principle? According to the principle of homogeneity of dimensions, only the physical quantities of same dimensions can be added, compared or subtracted. The third and last application was to derive or deduce a new relationship among the given physical quantities. Apart from the applications of dimensional analysis, there are some limitations which one cannot be applied by the dimensional analysis. Dear friends, just look at the limitations of the dimensional analysis. Just copy it down. Limitations of dimensional analysis. First limitation is that the method does not give any information about the dimensionless constant. This one is the first and main limitation of dimensional analysis. Dear friends, the second limitation of dimensional analysis is that it fails when a physical quantity depends on more than the three quantities. Okay, we have solved numericals if there are the three unknown quantities, okay, and one physical quantity depends on the three physical quantity, length, mass, time, then easily we can deduce a new relationship. But suppose if there are the more than the three physical quantities, in that condition we are unable to set up a relationship. So this one is the main also limitation of dimensional analysis. Third limitation of the dimensional analysis is that it fails to derive relationship of trigonometric, logarithmic and exponential functions. In the applications of dimensional analysis, we can establish a relationship for the algebraical function. But suppose if there are the logarithmic, trigonometric or exponential function, okay, in that condition we cannot use the dimensional analysis. So these were the three main limitations of dimensional analysis. Now let's proceed. We will discuss right now about the significant figures. Significant figures are used for the measurement of a physical quantity. If we are measuring a physical quantity, there are some well-known digits. Some digits are certain and some digits are uncertain. The total number of the certain digits plus one uncertain digit is known as the significant figure, or you can say the digits which one are well known, which one are well qualified, they are known as the significant figure. Just copy it down. What is the meant by the significant figure? Dear friends, our answer is significant figures are those digits which one are well known or which we have confidence in our measurement plus additional one digit that is uncertain. Okay, if we are measuring a physical quantity, then there are some certain digits and some uncertain digits. So the total sum of the certain plus additional one uncertain digit is known as the significant figure. For example, if we talk about the time period of a pendulum, let the time period of a simple pendulum be कैपिटल T इक्वल्स 1.62 सेकेंड। एक सिंपल पेंडुलम है, ठीक है, जिसका टाइम पीरियड आपको गिवन है 1.62 सेकेंड। यहाँ पर देखिए, आप बिल्कुल सर्टेनली कह सकते हो, बिल्कुल श्योर होकर आप कहोगे इसका टाइम पीरियड 1.6 सेकेंड तो है, बट ये जो 0.02 है सेकेंड में, ये थोड़ा सा अनसर्टेन है। सो टोटल जो डिजिट्स हैं सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर के, यहाँ पर 1, 6 एंड 2 हैं, और यू कैन से देयर आर द 3 डिजिट्स ऑफ द significant figure. So this one was the definition of the significant figure. Tomorrow we will discuss how can we classify the significant numbers in a measurement. Thank you.